Oh, yeah, he's back. Time for more of the Rod Pedersen Show.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Monday morning, episode 183 of Canada's only live morning sports talk show coming your way. The Duke, Derek Myers, is with me. Nick Lewis joins us here in the bunker. How you doing, Nick?
I'm great. How you doing?
Good. I know you got a lot of stories to talk about with your Saturday night at the Rush game. You can tell me how they completely imploded in the second half. I was not happy following it on Twitter coming home from Mexico. But we're going down close to Mexico now, close to the Gulf of Mexico. The reigning Canadian Football League Defensive Player of the Year, Willie Jefferson, joins us on video chat this morning. Good morning, Willie. How are you?
What's going on?
Not too much. How are things in your life on this Monday morning down there? Nick's saying that he thinks you're in Beaumont, Texas. How are things down there?
Oh, everything's good in Beaumont. Sunny. So everything's good.
Willie, how much of a relief was it to get that decision to go back to Winnipeg, dealt with, and know where you're going to be in 2020?
Oh, it was a big relief, talking to Kyle, Wade, Darren, Coach O'Shea, and those guys, knowing the guys that we was bringing back for the 2020 season. It really made it comfortable for me coming back and things like that. So I was happy. It was a big relief for me, knowing where I was going to be for the next 2 years, me and my family. So it made it pretty easy after everything started rolling.
Yeah, but everybody follows you on Twitter, and we saw that you were agonizing over the decision with the way the welcome mat was rolled out in Toronto and Hamilton. What was it like having your butt kissed to that degree? And did you really know in the back of your mind that you were going to be going back to Winnipeg even at that time?
By that time, I was kind of it was coming down to those three teams, Toronto, talking to pinball and things like that. It made it real hard to say no to him. Just him being the guy that he is and the presence that he brings to any atmosphere that he steps into, and going to see Coach O in Hamilton. That was big for me too, to talk to him and pick his mind and things like that about the defensive side of the ball, and talk to the front office and those guys in Hamilton as well. But just like I said, the moves that Winnipeg made in the offseason, bringing a lot of those guys back and getting Zach and then Darvin and Stan and then Yosh and things like that, it made it real easy for me to want to go back. And just how guys roll out the red carpet out east, it just shows my importance in this league right now as a player and my value as a player. And it made me feel happy, and it was even much more of a privilege to have my family there, my wife and my daughter there to see it as well and to be a part of it, and not just be me. So I liked it, especially when the other team spend a little bit of money on me instead of my team doing it. It's always a plus.
Hey, I totally get. I was following it at all more through Holly than yourself. But Willie, we spent some good years together here in Saskatchewan. I know you well enough to know you're 6'7" and your heart's 6'7". Like you probably felt a little bit of tinge of you didn't want to let these teams down. Did you feel bad when he said, "Hey, I'm signing in Winnipeg"?
Oh, I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel bad at all. The fans that I built in Winnipeg and the relationships I built in Winnipeg throughout the community and things like that over just this last year in Winnipeg, it made it, a lot easier for me to come back. I didn't really have the name that I had when I was in SAS like this time. I was big in the community and things like that, but I didn't really have a lot of relationships with people and things like that out there. But it was fun and SAS. But like I'm saying, things got a lot better for me when I moved to Winnipeg and things like that. So.
Cool. And hey, I know these guys got some football questions for you, but I just have one more. The morning you announced you were going to Winnipeg, you said you might leave it up to your daughter. Kelly is her name, is it not?
Yes.
Would she have been capable of making that decision? Because She seems like she's got a lot of moxie, a lot of chutzpah. I mean, she's got a lot of stuff going on. Would you have actually allowed her to make that decision for you? What is she, 3?
She's about to be 2 in a month. So,
She's tall. She's tall. Okay.
I honestly left it up to her and my wife. Like I said, it was a lot of things going on outside of football that played a big role for me and my family moving to wherever we was gonna go in 2020. And my wife had some time to think about it. I had some time to think about it. Like a little girl was with me the whole time when we went to Toronto, Hamilton, and when we went back to Winnipeg and things like that. And it seemed like that's where she had the most fun at. It was a lot of stuff going on that she probably, didn't know what was going on and things like that, like the talks and stuff that we was having. But when we laid out all the jerseys and stuff like that out in front of her, and we told her like which team was which team, and she knew my team was Winnipeg, and that's what she wanted to go back to. So that's how we did it.
What's up, Will? It's Nick. Hey, I got 2 questions for you. First, does it help for Toronto Argonauts to use the Raptors, and did you get to meet Drake? Did they include Drake in the package of you sitting courtside?
I'm saying Drake name came up, but that wasn't like a big factor for me. Like I understand like Drake is big in Toronto and things like that, but that's not one of the reasons why I wanted to go to that organization. And meeting him wouldn't have made it, sweeter for Toronto. Like it would have been like a big thing in my book, me and my family, to meet Drake and things like that. But to sell me on Toronto and the organization and football team stuff like that, like that's not that I would want to get used to. You know what I'm saying? It's like, try to tell people like, oh yeah, the only reason why I came to Toronto is because like I can meet Drake. That's that's not me. So.
Willie, we've had a bit of a debate this morning, and we've actually put it on the poll question today. Do you think, and would you be in favor or against all CFL players' salaries actually being published and fans having access to seeing them?
I thought the salaries was already public. I think you can go online and see how much.
You can find them in a lot of places, but the official league position is they don't publish them. So, if Justin Dunk or Rod or these guys find out, they publish it, but it's not an official thing. So it makes it sound like you wouldn't have a problem with it.
Oh, I would have a problem with somebody looking up how much money I make. I don't want nobody to know how much money I make.
Okay, there we go. There's one for the no.
You're not getting those Anthony Calvillo checks, huh? Them handshakes.
No, I'm not getting. I need some of that. Some of that QB money, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they can spread their wealth out a little bit more my way if they want to, but I don't want people in my pockets knowing how much money I make and doing the calculations and things and tell me how to spend money when it's my money to spend. So that's pretty much how it is.
There you go. Fair enough.
Put you down as a no.
Yep.
Thank you, Willie. Colin's watching in Ottawa. He says, how close was Willie to signing with an NFL team? We'd heard about the Dolphins. Willie, was that close to happening?
From what I understand, it was close to going down, but it didn't go down. So that's pretty much all I know.
You let your agent just handle everything, and you just kind of sit back and converse with him.
Yeah, that's what they get paid to do.
That's
so I don't. I'm not the guy that the Dolphins wanted to talk to every day. I couldn't call the Dolphins every day and see what was going on. If it was up to me, that's what I would have did. So, I wish it would have happened. It didn't. I'm in Winnipeg. I'm happy. That's pretty much how it went down.
Jason's watching in Red Deer and said, was the XFL ever a consideration for Willie? I mean, given what you signed for, I would think not. But, what are your thoughts on the XFL as an option for pro football players, free agents?
Most definitely. From what I've seen, it's been a lot of good football being played in the XFL. There's a lot of good guys out there in the XFL. There's a lot of good coaches out there in the XFL. So if the CFL isn't your preference and things like that, and you can't, sometimes get across the border and things like that. So if you can go to the XFL and play ball in the States and, build on your craft and get your name out there for the NFL teams and stuff. So that's good business.
Last one for you, Willie, is from David Asplund in Winnipeg. He says, Willie, we going to repeat and defend as Grey Cup champs? Or that's a question, I think. Are we going to repeat and defend as Grey Cup champs? That's the way I've read that. Your thoughts on repeating in Winnipeg?
That's a big task to take, and that's the thing that we want to do. The coaching staff and the defense and the offense that we got, that's the group of guys that I feel can make that happen once. I know it's hard to go back to back, but that's something that we're trying to do, That's the goal.
Yeah, it's the only option you have. Willie, it's nice. Always fun catching up with you. Enjoy the rest of your off season, and we'll be looking for you on CFL fields here this summer.
Oh, yes, sir. I appreciate that. I'll be lighting it up once again.
All right.
Take care.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.